Today I'm back with another home project. I have already unpacked all of the kitchen appliances and stuff. Okay, all of the kitchen drawers and cabinets are full, sort of. One of my unpacking videos before I left for Alaska this summer was unpacking all of the kitchen boxes. And I kind of just threw everything into drawers. I tried to organize, I tried to make it nice, but I've been home 3 weeks at this point, almost 4 weeks at this point, I think. I don't know how long I've been home. I've been home long enough to realize that the way that our kitchen is organized is not working for us, and I need to tackle this. This has been something that's been on my mind, but I kind of wanted to like live here in this for a little while before I decided to tackle it. Also, I'm gonna tackle the pantry someday, but we're gonna put new shelves in there, and I don't really want to waste the time organizing that just to take everything out, put new shelves in, and then put everything back in. You know what I mean? So I'm leaving that for a while. Also, I said, I think in a video, I wanted to have all of the home projects and like moving series stuff done by the end of September. That's not happening, but that's okay because I'm really happy with the way that things are going. I think it's all gonna be just fine. Please forgive the hair. I cannot make that stuff lay down. Maybe I can. There. Anyway, today I'm tackling the kitchen cabinets and drawers. I want to just reorganize our kitchen. I've debated moving our little coffee nook over here, moving our little toaster oven over there. I don't think at this point that I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't know. I'm gonna start from the other end of the kitchen. But first, I'm thirsty and I'm gonna make a great big jug of water. I kind of want to mention this because when I bought this, I felt stupid, okay? I felt dumb buying a 64-ounce water bottle. Like, how often am I actually gonna use this? I use this every single day. Now, the trick to this, or the secret to using a 64-ounce water bottle, have a straw. Just do it. I would not use this if I didn't have the straw lid. This is actually like a hydro flask, the name brand one. I bought it when I was in Alaska. I love it. I'm gonna fill it. I have drank at least one full one of these, plus some, every day this week. Today is Wednesday, Thursday? What day is today? I don't know. I think it's Wednesday. But I'm really proud of myself. My water intake has gone up because I have a great big water bottle. So I'm just like a proponent of reusable water bottles. I don't like plastic ones. They bother me. I don't like the crinkly sound. I don't like the flimsy lids. I just like having something substantial that I can refill, which is really nice. So I'm gonna fill this up, and then I'm gonna kind of give you a little bit of a tour of our kitchen, show you what I'm working with, kind of talk you through my process, and then I'm gonna get started because I don't think this should take too long, but I have a feeling it's gonna take a while. And I'm okay with that, honestly. I love spending time in the kitchen. So I want to talk you through a little bit of how I make my water. This is gonna sound kind of dumb, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I want to. I could just put plain water in here, and that's what my plan was, but I really love these Crystal Light drink packets. They come in boxes and there's lots of different flavors. I didn't realize this until just now, but the wild strawberry ones that we have, they have caffeine in them. I didn't know that. Anyway, I like to mix my flavors. So you could just do like lemonade. I need 3 for this packet, 3 packets for this water bottle. So I'm gonna do today a lemonade, a pink lemonade, and a wild strawberry. Also, to kind of like make it, I wouldn't say fancy, but to make it a little bit like dressed up, I guess, we have these frozen ice cubes that are just like fruit juice. So we've got lime juice in this bag and lemon juice in here. So I'm gonna put 1 lemon juice cube and 1 lime juice ice cube in here with my packets. I did that yesterday and it was so good. Like it made such a difference and I love it. I love having like real fruit juice in my water, and it just, you know, upped the flavor just a little bit. So I'm gonna put a little bit of water in here with these, then I'll put the drink packets in and shake it up, because sometimes if you fill it too full with water before you put those in, it doesn't mix very well, and I don't like putting those in at the bottom because sometimes you just get clumps of like the drink packet flavor at the bottom that doesn't mix up. So that's my process. I fill it, you know, a little bit with ice and water, and then I put the drink packets in and I shake, because shaking always makes it mixed up better. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna start. That is delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of give you a little tour of our kitchen. We have a dead alligator over here on the floor. Anyway, you don't care. So over here we've got our, well, obviously the refrigerator, but then this is our coffee nook. Down here we have our Tupperware, and I'm pretty happy with this. I'm actually gonna leave this one alone. This is pretty well organized to most of my satisfaction. This is just the way that it's gonna be. We have medications in here. I'm not gonna open it up. We've got coffee over here. This is our collagen protein powder, coffee filters, syrups back there, and then over here we have our like Crystal Light drink packets, honey, and then like Metamucil. I'm not sure how often we actually drink the Metamucil, but anyway. Up here we have coffee mugs and tea and drink powders. I'm not really happy with the organization in this cabinet. I want to make it different, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't know. I don't like the way that it is at all. I would like to go through our coffee mugs and maybe get rid of the ones that we don't want to drink out of. We have a ton of these Tervis cups, which is nice because they fit in the cup holder in the car and they're easy to take with you and they keep your drink hot. But we even have some up there. Like, I just think we have too many of them. Anyway, we've got, you know, things that need to be gone through. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave open the cabinet doors that I wanna work on, and the drawers, I guess, just because that gives me a visual cue. Over here, this is where we've got our pots and pans. These are the Calphalon Premier Space Saving pots and pans. That one looks dirty. Ew, I'm gonna wash that. That's gross. Anyway, they do stack by size, which is really nice. And we also have some in here that are not Calphalon Space Saving. And I would like to not have those, but that's just the way that we are. We keep them forever and ever, I guess. But anyway, I actually think this cabinet is going to stay here. I think it's gonna stay like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and close these doors because I don't think I'm gonna do anything in there. This drawer had all of our like warranty stuff for the new house. So we had all kinds of different like papers in here that are gone. I put them in a file folder. This doesn't belong here. These should go under the sink because they go with the sink. This is a little glass jar. I don't like this drawer at all. I would like it to be different. So I'm gonna leave this one open. And then above, believe it or not, mostly empty. I moved, because we used to have like plates and cups over here. We didn't like it, so I moved them over there a couple of weeks ago. That's been working for us. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't know what's gonna go in. See, this is what makes me think that this should go over here because we've got more space, right? I don't know. See, part of me wants to just put like our drink packets, our iced tea, our Swiss Miss tea over here because, you know, that would be sort of like pantry space. I don't know what should go there. I really have no idea. I also don't know why we're saving an ocean spray bottle. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, I'm leaving this one open just because it needs to be gone through. Over here, also, I'm not talking about the stuff on the countertops, but we're gonna spend like a weekend working on this area. We have a paper towel holder that needs to be mounted, but I wanna organize the kitchen first so we can decide where we want the paper towels. And I'll show you the paper towel holder in a minute, but I'm not talking about the stuff on the countertops because we are gonna spend a weekend going through all of this stuff as a family, that's gonna go somewhere else, I think, because I hate it being there. I don't like it being there. Anyway, I'm not talking about that because that's a different project. Probably not going to end up staying there in that same capacity. Down here we have cast iron skillets, and you can see we have a large collection of them. I'm not sure why we have plastic forks down here, and in that box, that is an oven liner. So it's like a sheet that goes in the bottom of your oven, and you can take it out and wash it. It's really nice, and I really like it. But that's gonna stay there, so I'm gonna close this door. This drawer has pot holders in it right now. I think this drawer is gonna stay the same or very similar. It would be nice if it looked neat, but yeah, that's better, sort of. Anyway, we've got pot holders, and are these, oh, these are the grippy things. Okay, I've been looking everywhere for those. I had no idea where they were. That's nice. Cool. So we have our like jar lid openers. So I'm gonna close that. That's gonna stay the same. This one's exciting because we have our spice cabinet. Well, okay, these are spices, these are spices. Those are Watkins flavors, and that's what we use when we make ice cream. So that's gonna become more organized. I think I just threw it up there when I put it up there just because I wanted to get it out of the way. But I have a plan for our spices over here and over here because it needs to be different. So my plan is to make one of these like baking stuff, because that's mostly baking on those two, and I think that stuff should go over here, and this stuff is gonna go over here or in a drawer. We'll see. But we've got those jars. We got these at TJ Maxx this last weekend for our spices, and I'm really excited about them. We need to figure out the label situation on these, and that's gonna depend sort of on where we put them. Because if we put them in a drawer, they're gonna be laying down, so we need a label here. Maybe not, because if they're gonna be standing up in the cabinet, we would want them on the side too, not on the top. So that makes that easier. I do have masking tape for like temporary labels for everything. I don't know. We'll see. See, this kitchen is hard because I've never lived in a kitchen with cabinets like this on either side of the microwave. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, what do you put here? Do you put spices here? And maybe we'll just put those in the cabinet, you know? Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. There's nothing up here because this is like the vent that goes outside. This one is basically just that chimney because this is vented to the outdoors through this, which I really like because our kitchen doesn't get smoky. So that's nice. These drawers are kind of a mess. Okay, I'll start at the bottom. These are like, I don't know, larger appliances type things. And I would rather, honestly, have kitchen towels in here than this stuff. I don't like this stuff here. Our kitchen towels are currently in the pantry, and I don't like them there either because we need them here. This is usually where we put them when we're using them, so they need to be in the kitchen. We just got this lemon juicer, or this, I guess it would be a citrus juicer from TJ Maxx, and that's our new garlic press and our new can opener. But I really want to do something different with these drawers. It's just really cluttered, and like the stuff in the back we can't reach, and so I'd rather it be a way that's not like this. This drawer is the one I'm happiest with, I think, because we've got spoons here, and I'm not sure why our pizza cutters are in the spoon thing, but they are. We've got our spatulas, and then like measuring cups, measuring spoons, and then our teeny tiny little like dip dishes. So I don't like this being here, so we're gonna figure that out. Down here we've got our pans, like glass and metal baking dishes, and our Pyrex measuring jugs, measuring pitchers. I don't want them to stay there. I don't like them down here because we have other Pyrex, the smaller ones, in that cabinet over there, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'm mostly happy with this, I think. I don't know. Like, okay, here's a baking sheet. And this guy is gonna go on this thing because like we got these at TJ Maxx too, and we got them for this purpose, which is like to hold baking sheets like this vertical so they're more easy to retrieve from the cabinet, which is really nice. So I'm gonna leave this open because it's gonna need a little bit of attention, but not a lot. This drawer, okay, so these 3 drawer dividers were upstairs in the loft, and I just brought them downstairs. There, I put them in here. This drawer's not staying like this. This stuff should actually go down there because these 3 cabinets have liquor in them. So we've got liquor up here and water bottles up there. We've got liquor in here and then like popcorn bowls up there. So I think that our wine bottle opener should probably go in one of those drawers. I think up here is, yeah, these are our water bottle lids. I do want to organize this. I think all of the drawers in here need to be organized. I'm really happy with the cabinets underneath. Wait, what's this? Oh, yeah, no, I'm not happy with this one. This is like baking supplies. This is so stupid. Like, why is it like this? This is the kind of thing that irritates me to no end. Just because you can't find anything, it's all stacked on top and nothing makes sense. Ugh. A lot of attention needs to be spent under here. Anyway, I think I'm gonna do all of the drawers going all the way down because I'm not sure what's in here. Candles, cups, coasters. That's alliteration that I didn't intend to do. And this one's empty. Oh, hey, this is our paper towel holder, and it's gonna mount under the cabinet like this, like not like that, but you know what I mean. You get the idea. Also, there's a dead fly. Yeah, I'm gonna leave these open because I'm gonna mess with them. And that's not all of the kitchen. Let me show you in here. We've got glass pie pans, ceramic pie pans, metal pie pans up here, bowls. I'd like to have all of our bowls together. We've got strainers, mesh, and plastic. We've got our our smaller Pyrex measuring cups. We've got plastic cups, metal bowls, our Dutch ovens, and springform cake pans. It's such a weird amalgamation of stuff, and I never know where to look for things. So I'm gonna like leave this open, and we're gonna figure out a better way to do this stuff because this just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Up here, this is actually really nice. Not in that it's organized well, but it's nice to have a drawer for plastic silverware. This drawer is our like normal silverware. We've got our steak knives back there, our corn things, and some clothespins apparently over here, and then like our silverware, which is really nice. That's staying. I'm gonna organize this drawer and just make it look nicer. Having all of these open, I think helps. Oh, you know what? I didn't show you the last cabinet over here. See, this is why I need them to be open. Because if they weren't open, I wouldn't know what I'm dealing with and what I'm gonna do with anything. Gosh, I feel like an airhead. Okay, so this is where we've got our plates, bowls, cups right now. Those are spares up there. I don't know that I like this. I don't know that I'm happy with this. See, what I need to do is I need to work from like the outside in, I think. I think I'm gonna start at that end and work my way this way. I know I'm gonna deal with that down there, and those might go under here, maybe, but we'll see, because I like those being there. I feel like this stuff we access less frequently, so it should be more distanced from the oven. So I think this stuff is gonna stay over here. I need to move that shelf up, which is kind of a nuisance, but just because of the plastic like device holding the shelf up, but it's fine, it's not a big deal. So now that you see what I'm working with, I think I'm gonna get my tripod out and put you guys on it, and you guys are just gonna get to watch me sort through all this stuff and try to reorganize it. I am gonna do a voiceover for this video again. I'm really enjoying doing voiceovers because it gives me an opportunity to kind of speak my process to you, because this is where I thrive. I really thrive in organizing and reorganizing things, making things work better, just because it's something I really, really, truly, honestly enjoy. So I'm gonna get my tripod, I'm gonna put you guys up, I'm gonna try to make it so you can actually see what I'm doing. It would be helpful if I had like more than one camera angle, but I don't. So you guys are just gonna get my best, and that's what I try to do every time, but you're gonna get my best effort. I don't know what you're gonna get to see, but I am gonna start over there with those drawers because I don't like the way that they are. And I feel like this one in particular, most of this stuff needs to go all the way down to the end. So it's gonna be fine. I know that. It's gonna be great. And I'm really excited to have this project done. This one is something I've really been looking forward to. I love organizing the kitchen. I really love it when it's done. So it's kind of like a weird thing. I love doing it once. You know what I mean? I just want to make it nice so that we can use it and it works for us. But anyway, I'm gonna get to work. I'm done babbling for now. I really need to get going on this. The farthest drawer got all of our wine bottle openers, our bottle corks, muddlers, can openers, all those kinds of things that go with the bar. And then the next drawer got coasters, and we've got some cups. And then this drawer, the thing I'm working on right now, is some silverware that ended up going into the china cabinet. But this drawer is all of our water bottle lids, and so I wanted to make that just a little bit more tidy, and it makes sense because it's under the cabinet filled with our water bottles. Then I went to go get a box to put our can koozies in, and I started moving on. This drawer was really easy. It's our plastic silverware drawer. I just wanted to make it sorted by type. And then this project was Mom's idea. We were at TJ Maxx, and she had been looking for something to store our cookie sheets in a vertical way, and we found these at TJ Maxx. They're plate holders, but they worked perfectly once I finally was able to move that shelf. That's a different story. But once I was able to get all of these put into this cabinet, I was so happy with the way it turned out. It's going to be so easy to retrieve all of these, and I love the way that it looks. It's so easy. Nothing is sitting on top of anything. I love it. I'm so happy with the way that this turned out. It was just kind of a fight to get that shelf moved, but that's just the way that that is made. And then this cabinet I'm pretty happy with. I just wanted to get a couple of things moved out and put into this cabinet up here, which got all of our measuring Pyrex and then our bowls. I have come to a crossroads of sorts. I need to stop with the cabinets for a minute because I'm happy with this one, actually. Very, very happy. We've got bowls and measuring cups up there, but I don't want to do the rest of the cabinets and drawers because I have all like the lower cabinets done, most of the uppers done, but I want to start working on the spice jars next. I think it's time because I can't really do anything with this until I figure out what's going to happen here. So I'm going to switch gears just a little bit and start working on the spice jars. This is something that I have always wanted. Okay, this is something that how am I gonna say this? It makes me feel like, here's how I feel. I feel really excited to have spice jars where I know where everything is. I can see easily what we have and how much we have because they will be in like uniform jars. My problem with our spice cabinets, let me show you what my problem is. If you have a spice cabinet that looks like this and nothing is in uniform jars, it's impossible to organize by like alphabet because none of the jars are the same size or shape or type or color. It's just really difficult to see how much is in here because the label covers the whole jar, and also it's really tiny. Like, it's just really hard. And so I'm really excited to do this. Now, convincing my mom to let me do this is a big deal because she has a chemistry background and she doesn't believe in mixing things that came from, you know, different jars. She likes to know the names of stuff and the expiration dates and all that kind of stuff. So this is a big deal and I'm really excited. But I think the way that I'm gonna do this is I'm going to take everything out of this cabinet and this cabinet, and then I'm gonna put the baking stuff in one. So what I might do is I might start with these two shelves and that shelf, and then take this stuff out, and then I think I'm gonna put all of the baking stuff in here, and then I'll have this shelf and these two shelves and put those in there, and then put all of the spices back in this cabinet, I think is where they're gonna go. Because I really like that idea. I really like that idea. So I think that's my plan. I don't know if that's the way that it's gonna go. We'll see, but I'm really excited about it. So first, whoops, my butt just turned on the dishwasher. Anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll have the camera up and I'll do the voiceover. I do want to count these before I open them and sanitize them. So this is going to be a long process and you're not going to get to see all of it. But I want to make sure that we have enough and we don't have too many, because if we have too many, we're going to take some back. But, you know, I'm pretty sure it's going to be about the right number. But we'll see. So time for a little bit of a break because I do want a snack. I'm gonna have a cheese stick and then I will get started on all of this. I did everything that I said I was going to do, but I didn't do it in the order that I said I was gonna do it. I ended up taking all of the spices out and I put them all on the counter together just to kind of keep them together. And then with them out of the way, I worked on the cabinets that I knew were gonna, you know, be messed with. So the Watkins spices, or Watkins extracts I should say, on the right side, I took them down and then I kind of sorted them by flavor, and then I decided to put them all up on top just because we don't access them all that often, so it's not a big deal for them to be a little bit out of reach, and it was nice to have them up and out of the way. And then the rest of this cabinet on the left is our baking supplies, like cupcake liners and flour and sprinkles and like baking powder and all those kinds of things. Then I started working on the spice cabinet, which is going to be on the right. And we've got the great big spice jars, and I put those at the top because they're going to serve as refills for the smaller ones. And then I started working on sorting the spices because we've got a couple of, you know, things that are the same, that are not, you know, just, these are not all unique, right? So I wanted to put them all together with each other so that it would be easier for me to put them in jars. And then I went ahead and put them in the jars off camera, just because that process took a long time. Okay, I have put the spices in the jars and also labeled them temporarily with like masking tape. It's not really sticking, but this is just gonna have to do for now. I have left some of these like spice blends in the original packaging just because I'm not gonna deal with moving those out. And the same is true for these three. Okay, so onion powder I didn't put in a jar because Mom doesn't like onion powder. So I think when this is gone, this is just gonna not be in our kitchen anymore. I want to do something different with the cinnamon. I would like to have a jar that has like a sprinkly thing for the cinnamon because this is something that we sprinkle all the time. But anyway, we've got a few things left that I would like to put in jars. We just don't have the jars for it. So these are the little ones over here. And then I've got the big jars over here. So I'm pretty happy. I've got them sorted. These are herbs. This is all garlic over here. And then these are just like other seasonings. So I'm pretty happy. I'm gonna go ahead and put them up here and make it look nice. And yes, it's 4:30. I got started later than I wanted to today, and it's taken me longer than I had hoped that it would, but it's fine. So far, I'm pretty happy with my progress, but I might have to continue the rest of it. Like these drawers might have to be a project for tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, also, those are all the empty spice jars. I do need to do something with those. So here's a quick montage of me putting the spices back into the spice cabinet where they belong. Here's what I've got left. I've got this cabinet over here above the coffee pot. I've got this drawer, which is empty now. I took everything out just because nothing really belonged in here. These drawers over here and this one. So I don't know, and I'm gonna show you the spice cabinet. I'm not happy with this, okay? I don't know if they're gonna continue to live in this cabinet or if I'm gonna put the spices down here. I don't know. I kind of like having them up here. I'm not sure why. I've got what I'm calling back stock up there, so if I had extra, like more basil, because I've got a jar full of basil down here, I'd have more up there. I'm calling that back stock because I get that from the Home Edit, if you ever watch the Home Edit on Netflix. I don't know. It doesn't fit in here very well, and I don't like it. And also I can't see everything. I know it's in alphabetical order, I just don't know that I like it. Honestly, I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna quit for the night because it's 5 o'clock now. I think I'm gonna quit for the night and we're gonna live with this for a couple of days. And depending on how we like the changes I've made, maybe I will move this stuff to this drawer. I don't know. I'm not happy with that right now, and I think it's just gonna have to be a work in progress, a thing that we have to live with, and it's gonna be a living, breathing thing for a little while. And that's just how some organization projects work. Sometimes you have to live with it for a while before you can say that you're done with it. So my plan right now is to quit. I'm gonna turn off the camera. I'm gonna leave these drawers the way that they are for now. Yeah, for now. But I'm gonna come back to this in a couple of days. I'm losing steam, you guys. I'm tired. So I'm going to put the camera down for the night, but you guys will see me in just a second for you, but it'll be a couple of days for me. All right, I'm back in the kitchen today. We've lived in the kitchen for several days with the cabinets the way that they were, the way I left them. And we've made some choices, some decisions about the way that things are, and I'm gonna move the spices from that cabinet to this drawer. I think it's gonna be better because we'll be able to see the labels on everything. And also we have so many drawers in this kitchen. It's really nice. But I've got, I think 2 or maybe 3 upper cabinets I'm gonna deal with today and like 6 drawers I'm gonna deal with today. And I'm really excited to get this project done with. So I'm just gonna jump into it and get it done. I don't know what I'm gonna do first. Actually, yes I do. I'm gonna open up all the cabinets again because that did work for me last time. This was having the cabinets open. So I'm gonna do that right now, show you what I'm working with, and then I'll set up the tripod and get to work. So just to show you what I'm working with, I still wanna do something up here, and I think I'm just gonna take some of the stuff out of there and put some of it in the pantry, put some of it in the, like there's a couple water bottles up there that I think should go with our other water bottles in the other cabinet. And like the tea bags and the hot chocolate mix I think are just gonna go in the pantry because we don't access them very often, especially when we're on keto. I think I'm just gonna make it a little bit different. So I wanna make that space work a little bit better for us. This drawer is completely empty and I'm gonna put these spices in this drawer and maybe spread this stuff out a little bit more. I don't know what I'm gonna do once this shelf is empty. I really don't, but I'll figure it out and it'll be fine. These drawers are gonna be a major undertaking and I'm really looking forward to it. I do know I want kitchen towels in one of them and I think it's gonna be that one because it's deeper. This one actually has some of our bigger like appliance type things in there. So maybe that'll stay, maybe we'll put the towels in something else, but I think that's where I want the towels if the other stuff will fit in other drawers. But I want to just make it work a little bit differently. And this one, gosh, you know, I just don't like it. Just because this, now I added an extra shelf, but I just don't like the height of this shelf, and I wish it was a little bit taller. I'm trying to make this cabinet like the cabinet we had in the old house, and it's not working, and I don't know why. It's like it's not as wide or as deep or something. It's just slightly different, and it's so frustrating to me because I can't figure out why that is. I don't know. I haven't thought about it a whole lot. It's just irritating. Also, I got rid of the spice jars. Be proud of me, but also, like, I think we're gonna keep these, and we might end up keeping those. Also, this is a little Christmas tree nightlight that I got in the mail from the Lakeside collection, and I love it. There's glitter in this guy, so when you shake it, sort of like a snow globe, there's glitter in there, and I love it. But I think we're gonna keep those and these. I need to wash them, I just haven't done it yet. But anyway, I'm gonna use this drawer as an extension of these. I think it'll be better. I think it'll work better, and I'm really, really excited about it. So I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod so you can watch me work without me having to hold the camera. My first step was to remove all of the spices from the spice cabinet and put them into the drawer, and it took a little bit of finagling in this drawer, but I love the way this drawer turned out. I can see everything. I can see the freshness of everything because of the clear glass jar. I love it so much. I love it, love it, love, love, love it so much. I'm so happy. So everything on the second shelf got moved down to the first shelf. Everything on the third shelf got moved down to the second shelf. And then I think what I ended up putting in the cabinet, I'm doing this later, I think is, yes, popcorn bowls went into that cabinet, which is great. And then I got to move on to the biggest project of the kitchen, which was this little set of drawers. I've never had like this many drawers like this set up in a kitchen before. And so it was really nice to have, but figuring out how to use it is a different story. I like to sort things in my kitchen drawers by type. So I do spatulas, and I do wooden utensils, and I do spoons and like knives or blades or sharp things I want to put together, just, you know, so that there's not a sharp thing floating around somewhere else in the kitchen. So I took everything out of the drawers so they were all empty, so that when I was able to, you know, when I was ready to put things back into the drawers, I was able to put them back in. And you can see me like closing the drawers a couple of times, and that's mostly just to see like, what does it look like when I open the drawer again? Does this thing fit? Because that white ladle, I swear, barely fits in the drawer, and I'm ready to throw it away because it does not fit the way that I would like it to. It's nice. It serves a great amount of soup, but it just doesn't seem to want to fit in the drawer, which is a nuisance. Anyway, I got everything sorted by type, and then I started putting things back in the drawers, sort of by like the amount that we use them. Things closer to the top are the things that we're going to access more frequently, and things closer to the bottom are things we're going to access less frequently, except for the kitchen towels, which I was able to put in the bottom drawer, the deep one, just like I had hoped. And I love having these in the kitchen. It's so handy because right behind me, you can't see on camera, but right behind me is the kitchen sink. So it's really handy now. If we need a towel, we can just turn around, open the drawer, grab a towel. We don't have to drip water all the way to the pantry. This cabinet was really easy because I took a couple of things out. I moved a couple of things around. There were a couple of things that didn't belong in there anyway. And just making those few subtle changes made all of the difference. And I'm so much happier with the way it is now. I'm done. That took me half an hour, 40 minutes. For all of that, and that wasn't so bad. I was anticipating it being much worse, a much longer, more arduous process, but it wasn't bad at all. I'm done, and I'm still smiling. So I'm gonna show you what I did today. I'm really, really happy, and I think it's something that we will be able to live with, and we'll be able to find everything and be able to put everything away in a way that makes sense. So I'm just gonna show you what I did and, you know, what it looks like.
Okay, so it looks like in this drawer, We've got wooden utensils, spatulas, measuring things, and cups.
We like little dip cups. They're kind of nice.
Yeah, most of them have been stolen from Chili's.
Well, that's not true, because this set back here came from TJ Maxx, and the lids are back there because they're like dressing cups is what they are for like salad dressing.
And over here we have like graters and Mom's marble rolling pin and the ice cream scoops and crusher stuff, because this crushes and that crushes and this crushes and this technically crushes.
I love how you see things.
Then ladles, spoons, you know, more crushing stuff. Whisks and sharp utensils and brushes. Grill implements and graters. And then miscellaneous and towels.
Up here I moved, this shelf was up there, so I moved that down here. I made this stuff down here. This stuff went into this drawer. Look how good it looks. And see how we can see all of the labels? This is my favorite part. This is my favorite seasoning. That's why it's in the biggest jar. And then finally, this cabinet. I didn't move a lot of stuff around, but there's a little more breathing room in here for everything, and I love it. It makes me very happy. I'm very content with everything I got done. So I'm done in the kitchen. Also, still drinking out of my jug. Today I'm having tart cherry and lemonade mixed together. Anyway, I'm done. I'm really happy with this part of the project. Much, much happier with the way that I'm leaving it today than when I left for Alaska several months ago, just because I wanted to get all of the boxes unpacked, and I wanted to get the kitchen like sort of put together so that Emma and Mom could use the kitchen while I was gone this summer. But now I'm back and I put it together in an order that makes a little bit more sense. So I'm a whole lot happier with it, and I think it's gonna work a lot better for us. So anyway, that's gonna be it, and you guys will see me in another vlog really, really soon.